Hey everyone, it's Brian at Pray Trade Repeat. It's Saturday, January 17th. It's 10:56 a.m. As always, we try to talk about IXHL or IHL 42X. And you guys know my name is Brian. This is Pray Trade Repeat. That's my TikTok, my YouTube, and I have a website. I just started a new business called Pray Trade Repeat LLC, and that I will be using that business and developing it to create, to do film production, as well as outdoor advertising murals for brands, as well as, slinging merch. If you want to support the cause, go ahead and buy a hoodie or a hat or a t-shirt. Haven't really been doing too much designing lately. I've been focused a lot on school. I'm doing a graphic design class and learning Adobe Illustrator and, the entire Adobe suite at LA Trade Tech. I'm also completing my psychology and addiction studies degree by taking a business statistics class. Back into training, Meisner technique twice a week, 3 hours a day, doing that again. Just wanted to jump on here again. Saturday, January 17th. It's 10:58 a.m. Just give me 1 second. And I want to talk about IXHL for a second. I saw I lost a lot of followers here, and it really makes me really sad to see I lost like 30 followers or so, over the past couple of days. I made a pretty frustrated video with the CEO Joel Latham and the way he's managing the capital structure, managing and how he kind of doesn't seem like he has any interest at all in the shareholders and shareholder value. So I made a video stating my opinion on that. And, I've lost some followers. That's fine. It's okay. Guys, I hate to see you go. There'll be new followers. I'm not in this for the followers or subscribers. I never have been. My YouTube channel makes $100 every 6 months. That's how much money you make for posting videos on YouTube. So definitely not in it for money or followers or subscribers. Anyway, so let's get into this. So I just wanted to just say that, my thesis has changed a bit. There's a lot of the competitive landscape has absolutely 100% changed. You have Forbes, printing an article about AD109 or AP109, whatever Abbott drug. And, that's the kind of PR we need. Forbes is a legitimate magazine. So if Joel had the wherewithal to have like a Forbes article written about IHL 42X, that's something a CEO does. Okay. So you have Apnimed, who's our number one competitor, right? And they have, they're in phase 3 and they've moved into doing the optics work, right? We have a CEO that doesn't talk to us and doesn't tell us anything. And, maybe he's locked up in an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, or a new drug application. We hope so, But I did want to come on here and say that I'm still holding the stock. I'm still holding my shares. It's just, it doesn't look as good as it did. It looks like we've lost, in terms of, we haven't really lost anything because we don't have any market share yet, right? But psychologically, it seems like we've lost a portion of the market share already to GLP-1s and Eli Lilly, creating and now a phase 3 oral drug to treat obesity and which somehow indirectly will affect sleep apnea. So there is going to be another pill by a major company like Eli Lilly, right? Then you have the competitive nature of the AD109, that's in phase 3. So we're basically in third place. We're in phase 2, 3. We're looking for data readouts. We're looking for guidance from the FDA, more frequent interactions, etc. And we have a $20 million buyback that the company should be using right now. Now is the time you use your $20 million buyback, especially because you need to come into compliance by April 20th, 1. 2, because you don't have a merger partnership buyout yet, right? So if you don't have that yet, then you need to bring your stock into compliance. And you have it authorized. You've got a $20 million share repurchase program authorized, right? For one. Number two, August 26th, you dumped 155 million shares into the results for the general anxiety drug PSX001. So you basically scammed everybody in the company, all your shareholders. You released this amazing news about this incredible, groundbreaking psilocybin combination therapy with psychotherapy, and everybody that has a dollar dumps all their money into it, and you can't even let it go past 90 cents before you dump 155 million shares into the surge. And look how that turned out, Joel. Well, we have not come back from it since. The stock has consistently just gotten crushed since then. And it's been in a 38 to 40 cent coil over the past 5 days. Before that, we were in the 30s. And, this is terrible management by the company, to dump that many shares. And okay, you say, okay, well, now they have $70 million in cash, Brian. They have no debt. They bought back warrants previously. So remember, they also raised $48 million in the previous quarter and bought back the warrants, right? That's why we all jumped in this stock. We thought it was very bullish that they were doing that. We could tell that they must be confident on IXHL 42X, the number one asset for the company, the oral medication, the sleep apnea drug, right? So of course, everybody, all these longs jump in, take big positions, and really invest in this company. And what does he do? He just destroys the stock, takes $70 million in cash off the table. And okay, let's talk the math. You have a $9 million quarter burn rate. That means $9 million every 3 months is being spent. You had $69.5 million in October 24th at the end of the fiscal year. And in your 10K, the annual report is a 10K. And you reported $69.5 million raised out of the $100 million, right? So then you're saying, and then a few days ago, you say you have $70 million in cash. So that means that you've been raising more money. So you've taken upwards of another $10 million off the table, right? Then you have a AGM meeting, which was neutral to positive, and in terms of the market optics, and you dump more shares in there most likely. Then you give yourself an award, or you buy an award, or however it's just some ridiculous business to business Twitter site gives you an award for PR. It's basically a PR award, and you release that as an AK, as a legitimate AK. And again, it looks like there's distribution. The stock coiled between 38 and 40 cents for days, and it looks like distribution is continually taking place. So you're raising more money, right? So you have to ask yourself, because I'm coming to an end, the 10 minutes is almost up. You have to ask yourself, Joel, so you've raised $70+ million of our cash. You're taking all of our cash off the table. You're destroying our investments, is what you're doing. And then you have a $20 million repurchase program, right? And everybody anyone knows that, especially in biotech, in development, that when you position yourself to use a strategic mechanism like a share repurchase program, when do you use it? You use it after FDA fast track, right? So you're not reporting anything at the AGM. There's no partnership, no merger, no buyout, nothing concrete, right? You may be locked up in an NDA, right? So you can't talk about it even if there was. So guess what, buddy? Now is the time when you use the $20 million share repurchase program. And you use it because it's our money. It's shareholders' money. And that's why you use it. And now's the time. And strategically, and in terms of historic protocol in these biotech setups, this is when you use the share repurchase. When you're in phase 2, 3, you have FDA fast track, and you've checked all the boxes in the partnership, merger, buyout protocol. So use it now, Joel. Give us our money back.